Hey, what's up guys? Tomko here. Today we got abs and core training at home. How do you effectively hit the abs, all the different parts of your abs and your core at home with very minimal equipment? All that and more. Let's get started. All right, next up on our home workout series, when we're working out at home, everyone's at home, no gyms are open, we're trying to stay in shape still. I'm gonna go over my best tips for training the abs and the core. So one thing to keep in mind is the abs are a very thin muscle group that comes down the side. And there's no way to really isolate certain parts of the abs completely. But in my mind, when I train my abs, I do think about it as three different parts. The upper abs, the lower abs, and a side oblique abs, the serratus on the sides. So when you're working your upper abs, a lot of people have really good upper abs, but they don't hit their lower abs as much. One easy way to keep in mind when you're training your abs is anytime that you're crunching up, you're hitting more your upper abs. Anytime your legs are being lifted, you're hitting more your lower abs. Anytime you're twisting or coming down to the side, you're hitting your side abs. So I'm just gonna show you, 8 to 10 of my favorite ab movements that hit different areas of your abs. So the first one is just obviously the most popular, and that's the crunch. So there's different variations of the crunch. Most people just do them right here. The biggest issue that I see when most people do crunches that I see is they actually grab their head and they pull their head when they're doing a crunch. Now the problem with that is you can actually pull your head out of alignment and cause some extra stress on your neck. So when I do crunches, if I ever do them, I normally just touch my ears because you're not really gonna pull on your ears, but there's still a way of getting your hands back here in the proper setup without pulling on your head, without pulling on your neck. And again, you're breathing out as you come up. You can have your legs up as well, which can kind of take away some of the stress in your low back. If you feel any stress down here, legs up is also more comfortable. A lot of people do actual sit-ups when you're coming up. The problem with doing sit-ups is oftentimes you can do damage to your low back. I normally never do sit-ups just because, especially when you get some momentum going, I just know too many people that have hurt their low backs doing sit-ups, so I just don't do sit-ups. So that's doing your upper abs. If you have a decline bench or something, you can hit your upper abs even more than doing it on a flat surface. But a lot of my ab training that I focus on is using my legs and lifting my legs to hit that lower ab more. So some of the best exercises you can do are leg lifts, where normally I have my hands supported under my butt, which helps take out the arch in your back. If your back is arched and you're doing leg lifts, sometimes again you can throw out your back. So I like to have my hands under my butt, taking out that arch, and then doing that way, your low back's much safer doing leg lifts. You can also do flutter kicks. Going faster is harder. Staying down lower is harder. If I do bigger ones up here, this is much easier. But going down low, going faster, engages your core a lot more. Back when I was a swimmer, I used to do this all the time. You can do a static hold as well. This is even easier. You can do bicycles. This is a combination of using your lower abs because your legs are up off the ground, and you're crunching. So you're using your upper abs and your lower abs. Back and forth. Another variation of that is called dead bug. Almost like you're a bug on your back that's dying, I guess. And you're alternating back and forth. Again, engaging your upper abs and your lower abs. The next one you can do, we call them V-ups. So you're coming back and you're just coming up. So you're almost like your body's creating like a V as you come up, and you just come up. You can touch your toes, you can look up. So that's a V-up. That's actually pretty challenging. I'm feeling a burn already. The next one that's a little bit easier version of a V-up we call them W's. So your body almost creates a W, and you come out and up, up. And same thing. We're still using our upper abs because they're crunching up. As our legs are extending, we're using our lower abs. So you're using upper abs and our lower abs, which is great. If you want to find something that's hitting that side oblique, you want to do anything where your body's on its side. So now, when I'm on my side, as I'm coming up, the angle, again, we're fighting gravity here, the angle is going to be hitting the side oblique. So the easiest thing you can do is a crunch on the side. A little bit harder will keep your legs straight, extended, and you're coming up. The hardest thing, I guess, even above that is doing like a full crunch when you're coming up. But yeah. That was hard. Another good exercise for your core is doing planks. And for planks, you can do a front plank or a side plank. So a front plank, you're just coming up. You can time yourself. Maybe you're doing 30 seconds, maybe you're doing a minute. Just keeping your core tight. You don't want your butt up. This makes it easier. You want to keep it nice and low. Everything nice and straight. Side plank. And same with the other side. So those are some variations of different ab movements that you can do at home. Just to keep your abs tight, keep your core tight and strong when you're at home, when you can't go to the gym. There's so many variations. If you have like a Bosu ball, you can use that. Same thing, you can do crunches on your Bosu ball. That ball normally helps support your low back because it supports right in there, right where your back arches. So some different variations for you. All right, that's it for this training video on training your abs and core when you're at home. Again, you don't need to make things complicated when it comes to training your abs, and you definitely don't need a lot of weight. You just need more variety. Make sure you're hitting all the different parts of your abs and your core. If you haven't yet, check out my other training videos, and I'll see you guys in the next video.